Are you a robot?
Are you married now?
Oh, I mean, all being well, I should be.
I mean, while we're recording this, she's still got a chance.
There is still time for Lisa to make an exit. Which,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if I was marrying me, I would.
I mean,
would run
yeah.
the fuck away.
I mean, it's lucky we got so many heavy-duty chains, really.
Oh dear, that's dark.
Not for us. For Lisa, yes.
Oh dear, right, here we are again. Here we are, one more bloody time, talking about another bloody film. I wouldn't say this one's happy. I wouldn't say it's terribly sad. I mean, in a way.
It does have my favourite amount of characters in it, which is 4.
Really? Is that's your favourite?
It turns out I actually quite like it when there's not that many characters. I didn't know
Fair
that,
enough.
but
I'll tell you what proves that theory. Inside Number 9. Very few characters in that show, generally, and it's a good show.
true.
Okay, Ex Machina. What's this all about? This is Alex Garland. Alex Garland.
Oh, you still got work on the brain.
I was going to say, I'm still thinking about the work I did today. Do you know, today, complete... what's it called? We're going off on a tandem. What's that called?
Tangenting?
Yeah, digressing. Completely digressing. I was working at the macro store in Fareham today, which is one of my sites, and it's actually genuinely one of my favourite sites, even though it's a massive car park.
It sounds like you wouldn't have a lot of work to do in a giant car park.
You'd be surprised, there are a lot of hedges. We were treated to a free, full English breakfast in their cafe today because of the work we did. It was fucking great.
That's a good story. I'm glad
Thanks
that you
very much.
shared that with the group.
Right, Alex Garland then, let's get into this. He's only directed 2 films. He's written quite a few more. So if we go with his writing credits first, you might see a trend in people do it. 28 Days Later.
Seen it.
Yeah, and featuring director Danny Boyle, as well as his next one, Sunshine. He wrote that, Danny Boyle.
Seen it.
He was an executive producer on 28 Weeks Later.
Seen it.
He has written Never Let Me Go, which is that Keira Knightley, Andrew Garfield thing.
No.
Here we go. He wrote and EP on Dread, which is a fucking great film. You bought that for me on Blu-ray for one of my birthdays.
Yeah, I know. It was really nice of me, and then you didn't let me watch it.
What do you mean I didn't let you watch it?
It might be my fault. I might have showed very little interest.
You got me Dread and Akira on Blu-ray, I think.
Oh, that sounds like one film that you'd really like, and one maybe not so much.
Big Game. I've never heard of it, but I'm looking at the poster and it looks amazing. Samuel L. Jackson, and there's a kid with bow and arrow and there's a plane exploding behind them, so that sounds fun. And then...
Is that the sequel to Snakes on a Plane?
It might be. And then he directed Ex Machina, which we are about to discuss.
Seen it.
He also directed and wrote Annihilation from 2018. Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's quite good. I really like it. There's some...
Oh, that's got Oscar Isaac in it as well.
Yeah. It's got some, like...
And Tessa Thompson.
Is she in it?
It says.
Well, fair enough.
And Natalie Portman.
Yeah, it's really good.
He's bridging the Marvel Star Wars gap.
I tell you what, it's fucking dark, that film. Really fucking dark. But it's good. I like it. Oh, hello. You've got a moped going past?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it might be raining today, but it's still hot.
Oh, yeah, we had a bit of rain, but now it's pretty bright. We've got, like, clear skies out there. This is not interesting podcasting.
Is it ever?
That's true. I don't think so. Yes. I've just read something very interesting. In 2005, Alex Garland wrote a script for a film adaptation of Halo, for which he was paid $1 million.
But I don't. Is there a? There isn't a Halo film.
Nope.
Oh, that's a good way to get paid. Just doesn't matter how good it was either. Just like, well, it's never coming out.
Here you go. D.B. Weiss, your friend of mine from Game of Thrones, and Josh Olson rewrote this during 2006 for a 2008 release, though the film was later cancelled. Shit, imagine that. Imagine getting £1 million for something that never sees the light of day. That's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That is a good way to earn a living, without anyone ever quantifying your work. They're just kind of like, oh, here's $1 million. Write us a thing. Cool. Well, mate, you probably get royalties though if it gets made and then shown at some point, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really understand how money for films works.
I don't either. It's a shame that Dredd didn't get a sequel, because Dredd's really good, and there's rumours of a TV show happening at some point with Carl Urban back as Judge Dredd, but as yet.
Yeah, but now he's in Thor, so Carl Urban's busy now.
And The Boys, which we're gonna do next year at some point with.
Yes.
Is it? What are we doing it with? It's The Boys, and I think it's another Garth Ennis thing, isn't it?
Maybe. I think it's with Good Omens, maybe, actually.
That's it, yeah. That's the one.
Well, I'm just looking at the title that I've given it, and it's Good Boys, so I'm hoping it's Good Omens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, let's go on.
That'll be our 101st pilot episode.
Hooray! Right, Ex Machina
is a film.
I think you've been very quiet about it so far. You've not given me anything. I think you really, really, really liked this.
I did.
I
was genuinely like... But what I liked is that about 20 minutes in, I was just like... I sent you a message just like...
Yeah.
I think Caleb's an android.
That's why I didn't respond, because I knew there was that scene later in the film. Anyway, so... Donald Gleason is a programmer who works for a search engine company, and he, at the very start of the film, first thing you see pretty much is him receiving an email saying you've won the lottery, and the prize for this lottery is to go and visit the CEO of the company in his home, which is somewhere in the forest, somewhere in the mountains, somewhere by a river, somewhere by a lot of snowy shit.
Somewhere where it looks like they might have filmed Jurassic Park.
He basically lives in a Bond lair.
Yeah. I think it's that very early on gave me the sort of like, I think you might be a cunt.
I don't... Well, yeah, no, he is, but I kind of don't see him as wholly evil, Nathan, by the end of the film.
I think a lot of it isn't... I don't think anyone's good or evil in this, because everyone does bad shit.
Yeah.
And it's just... I think it's more interesting because throughout the film you're like led to sort of just like Caleb's the good guy, Ava's the damsel in distress, and Nathan's a cunt. But then, because I forgot that Ava's a robot.
So, but we should,
which is the point. Yeah.
We should explain that the reason that Nathan brings Caleb there is because he's built an artificial intelligence, a robot named Ava, and he wants Caleb to essentially be the judge of a Turing test.
Yeah, although if I remember correctly, the Turing test is meant to have 3 judges. So I think...
Yeah, but then that would be 3 extra characters, and then you wouldn't be happy. So I think they changed it for those reasons.
I mean, it does. It simplifies the idea. But I can't remember if it's 3 people having a conversation, but no, they can't see each other, or something.
And one of them is
one of them's a robot
or something. Yeah.
But so far, only I think the best AI we've done to date it beat 1 judge in a Turing test of the 3.
Really?
Yeah, that's the best we've done. I mean, AIs are fucking scary.
I mean,
Like, have you seen some of the chatbot ones?
yeah,
Like, some of them go very quickly, just be like racist. But there are a couple that were talking. Two AIs were just talking to each other, and they just made up a language and could still understand and have a conversation. And they just pulled the plug because they were like, we don't know what it's planning to do. Turn that off.
fuck, that's terrifying.
Yeah, because they started off just talking English to each other, and then, but I think somehow they then got it so that they didn't need spaces anymore, which obviously makes it so much harder to read.
Yeah.
And then they started without spaces, then also abbreviating words, and then they just started using symbols.
Oh my god, that is terrifying.
It's really I want to remember what it's called at some point, and I'll find a link to it and show you because it's fucking creepy.
Oh, that is really uncanny. That would be really fucking horrible. Ugh. Anyway, so Caleb then has a series of conversations with Ava to determine whether or not she is, genuinely able to feel and think as a human is. But Nathan goes further, saying, well, look, the whole point of the test is that you can see that she's fake. I want to see if you still believe it, even though you know she's an artificial intelligence. And it's quite I wouldn't say it's slow, but it's a ponderous sort of existential examination of what it is to be human, the rest of the film, I think. So they discuss things like, love and what colours and things like that. So, and there's an interesting discussion actually between Nathan and Caleb saying, like, is she capable of creating art? Because when Jackson Pollock, who there's a picture of his hanging in Nathan's office, when he was painting, he just freely moved about the page, just dripped stuff and just made random designs and stuff. And Nathan makes a point saying, well, if he calculated every single decision like
A robot would.
An artificial intelligence would, he wouldn't make a single mark on the page because he'd need a reason for why he was doing stuff. So all that stuff is like amazing.
Yeah, like it's a really well put together, like, because like going into it, you're just like, ooh, a robot film. Like, I've seen iRobot, I know what to expect. Where's Will Smith? But I get, because it's not really about the fact that Ava's a robot. It's about, I suppose, it felt to me like it was more about what happens when artificial intelligence gets to the point that, well, I mean, from the climax, they can trick us into doing shit for them.
Yeah.
Or what happens if, just an AI, if they become human, to, for all intents and purposes, act as human as we want to make them act, then how fucked are we?
It does get a little spooky. I genuinely, at the points I was watching it thinking, because I'd seen this before, and I'd sort of forgotten certain elements of it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is a horror film at points.
It's like a really weird combination of genres, because it's, I probably wouldn't say, maybe, I mean, I wouldn't call it a horror film, but then nothing scares me because I'm
Wellard.
Yeah, and also because there's so much horror films. But I get, because it's just, it crosses over so many genres, because it's kind of like a thrillery psychobabble thing.
Mm.
I mean,
with massive sci-fi elements.
Yeah, when I was presented at the start with a program, I was like, I have finally got a character that I like. And they talk about programming about once.
Yep. And even then, it's like, yeah, I can program.
That's the thing, and the scene where he's like hacking the security protocols. I was looking at it and I was like, I think that's just JavaScript. I don't think that's anything more sophisticated than that.
I'm not sure that he was typing that quickly. I don't think anyone can.
No one
type
types
code
that quickly.
But it's cool though. Yes. Anyway, so in these conversations with Ava, there are these sort of semi-regular power cuts. During these power cuts, Ava starts to say, "Right, you can't trust Nathan. He's a liar." So obviously, when the power gets cut, the security camera's cut down, so Nathan can't see or hear what they're talking about.
To start with.
Yeah. But then as it goes on, Caleb comes up with this idea to get Ava to escape, to help her get out, because she's trapped.
And he just instantly I think it might have been after session 2, he's just like, I think I might be in love with her.
Yeah, which is when you think about the revelation in the final act when he's like, did you model her face on my pornography search history? That's fucking dark.
And Nathan's just like, well, if you're in a search engine, it's got to be good for something. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it transpires that Nathan has made several versions of Ava previously, and they've all gone wrong to different extents.
I think every AI had a different name because he still keeps them in his cupboards.
What was there? There was Lily, there was Jasmine, there was... I can't remember the other ones actually, but I did know because you see it through security cam footage, and each one has a different...
There was Kyoko as well.
Yeah, Kyoko.
I mean, to be fair, I clocked that she was probably an AI very early on.
Oh, did you?
I think, because I was sort of like, well... it would make sense if he's built an AI that there's just one wandering around. I think you kind of feel bad for Ava because she doesn't get all the nice fake skin and stuff. she just gets to walk around in her skeleton.
Mm. She gets a bit of skin on her face, but that's pretty much it. Does she have skin on her hands? I don't remember. So so they figure that Nathan plans to basically delete Ava once he goes into the next.
So that's I don't think that's obviously what's going to happen.
Yeah. So that's hence the escape plan, and Caleb says, right.
I love that where he goes down and he reveals his plan to Ava, and then goes off, and then Nathan's like, oh no, I don't drink anymore. I figured you out.
Yeah.
And then he just
it's so good.
Oh, I knew that you could see that, so I already did all those things yesterday.
Well, the plan of I'm going to get him drunk, nick his card, change the security protocols. He's like, well, never mind, you can't do that. It's like, yeah, I did it yesterday when you were drunk. So then this leads to Nathan. Ava's released from her cell. Nathan runs down to be like, oh shit, this has to stop. Has a bit of a scrap with Ava. And... I
mean, to be fair, the sucker punch that he gives Caleb is incredible.
Yeah. Oh, he knocks him out with
just
one
that
punch.
Boom. And then, so that's why you've been boxing this whole time.
And then Kyoko literally stabs him in the back. So together with Ava, they kill Nathan.
I really like that because there was no actual... Because it wasn't... There was stabbing, but it was just slid. Because she was walking forward and he was walking back and he just slides in. I was like, oh, damn.
It was very matter of fact, the scream. But, we've missed out a massive part of this. So Nathan says to Caleb, when Caleb realises that Nathan's a bit of a bastard, Nathan reveals to him that actually the real Turing test was I brought you here specifically so Ava could see you as a method to escape. So to really prove that she has the capability to emotionally manipulate, to pretend, to feign falling in love with someone, friendship, that sort of stuff.
I think mostly Nathan underestimated Caleb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, completely. So then Ava In quite it's quite a long scene actually, isn't it? The bit where she puts herself together she takes parts from the other robots, including skin. So she covers herself in skin and gives herself hair and the clothes. And so Caleb's waiting for her, like, oh cool, we're gonna go in a minute. And then Ava locks him in Nathan's office and
That's the thing. I don't think she even locks. I think she just leaves. Because I think the door's already... Because he can't get out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, she just leaves, but he's locked in. That's what, isn't it?
Yeah. With the massive implication that either he's going to get caught there and he's killed Nathan.
Yeah.
Or he's just going to die there.
I like to think that he dies. He's just trapped there and he dies.
Yeah.
And and then Ava makes her way into a city and blends in with people.
But so the only thing in the last act that I really don't get is the fuck was that helicopter driver doing? Just being like, well, I guess
there's a woman now.
Yeah. Just sort of like, oh, I haven't brought you here. I'm meant to be picking up the guy I dropped off a fucking week ago.
And now
You
there's
haven't
some crazy
forgotten
lady.
what he looks like. I'm pretty sure the guy I dropped off was 1, ginger, and 2, not a woman. And I left him here.
I think it can sort of be inferred that she gets to the helicopter, and because she's that intelligent, more intelligent than either of them realised, that she can just make something up and get the pilot to take her away. To say, look, he's actually planning to stay on a little while, but I need to get back to do something.
Oh shit, maybe, yeah. Or maybe it's just a different pilot, and I'm an idiot.
Oh, could be. That's very true.
I mean, to be fair, not even 5 minutes ago, I called him a driver of a helicopter. So.
A helicopter driver. But yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. The thing, I always find it weird watching, like, I guess, because sometimes an AI film can be kind of janky, I think.
Yeah.
But this was, like, just really simple.
Yes.
Because it wasn't, like, iRobot level of, like, well, now we need to rebel and kill all the humans. Because these guys never had the 3 laws. Really, Nathan should have watched iRobot and gone, ooh, 3 laws, that's a good idea.
One thing I remember about that iRobot movie is that it came out in 2004, right? And there is literally a scene right at the start of the film where Will Smith has got some new Converse. He says, oh yeah, vintage 2004. It's like, oh, fucking hell, come on, that's a bit on the nose.
I'm trying to think of other AI films that I've seen.
Because
AI is normally a character.
Yeah, like 2001.
But it's never like the point of the film.
It's really well written. I think it's written incredibly well.
I think it's really well acted as well. I imagine acting as Ava must have been a pain in the arse.
Oh, it just...
Because you've been wearing like a mostly green costume all day.
Yeah, I imagine so. But if you think about how Oscar Isaac is as Poe, you don't even recognise him in this, do you?
Well, what's weird is that it's almost role reversed in that Donald Gleason seems like he's a happy-go-lucky kind of chap. And Nathan's super serious. And then Hux and Poe are opposite.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I forget that they're both in Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really like this film. I really liked Ex Machina.
The thing is, I had a feeling that I'd like it, so I bought it rather than rented it.
Oh, did you?
I can watch it again, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching a second time because there are little points that I picked up on, like even because I've not seen this for a few years now, but there's still points that I remembered and that I picked up on. There's a few lines that Nathan says that are a little bit more telling than you realise when you first watch it.
Oh, see, my problem, I went in, like, because I very early on was like, I think he's a fucking AI. Like, there was early on when he says, "Oh, you're going to be the human element," and I was like, "You put a lot of emphasis on the word human, so he's an AI."
I think that's a fair. It's a fair.
Like, it's a fair thing to, because the film
it does
it
sort
leads
of
him
lead you
to,
along.
like, it leads Caleb to start believing that he might be an AI.
But here's the thing: there's nothing to say that actually, because of like the whole wetware technology, there's nothing to say that actually Caleb is like the latest model, and they're just going back looking at older models. So when he cuts himself open and he bleeds just to check that he is still human and not
So that's the thing,
an
because
android.
I really think that he walked away from that deep gash right up his forearm. He came out of that pretty good.
Yeah, and you
Like,
think
with not even like anyone else seeming to know about it. I know everyone else knew about it, but no one like went, "Oh, do you need some stitches in your arm there?" You've slashed it open with a razor blade.
but I mean, Caleb could just be a really advanced android who
Yeah, see, that's the
who
thing.
he's
Like,
managed to convince is
that was
human.
where my head was at. I was like, "Oh, wouldn't the ultimate Turing test
With two of them, yeah.
be two robots, but one of them thinks that they're human, and they're like, well, I think that one might be human," and you're just like, "You're a fucking idiot robot." But yes,
There's quite a few
I imagine there's a bunch
essays
of fan
online.
theories around it.
Yeah. If I'm mistaken, is there a serial killer? Yes, you're right. But he bleeds, thus he's human. I guess to me, it still seems unsettling. His reaction was strange. Okay, this one doesn't actually think he is.
I found a good one here. Ava wasn't a real AI.
Go on.
Oh, that's the thing. The problem is I'm just reading it. But I don't think I like this theory already.
Why's that?
It's just like Caleb is brought in to judge whether or not Ava's true artificial intelligence. He knows she's AI, but yeah, Caleb eventually believes she's been held against the will and frees her. Yes.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Right, here we go. So this is a theory
I think
about.
I think this is actually just suggesting that she's only part of the AI.
Oh, okay.
So he's maybe building like separate personalities to build what. Well, he sort of fucks it because he dies.
Is a theory about why Caleb might still be an android. His parents died when he was young. This doesn't prove much, but it's possible he has implanted memories. He never gets drunk, though the duo seem to drink heavily throughout the movie. He never eats or seems to use the bathroom besides shaving. Hang on, they eat sushi, I swear. Actually, he doesn't actually eat anything, does he?
I don't think you see anyone eat. No, yeah, you see Nathan eat.
You see Nathan eat, but you don't see him eat. He never seems to use the bathroom besides shaving. He has a fairly robotic speech pattern. He's a blank state at the start, with all our info coming from events inside the facility. Here we go. I'd really like this one. Right after Nathan refuses a drink, Nathan asks Caleb, "How does that vodka taste?" Caleb can't quite formulate an answer, which would be fairly odd if a human couldn't answer that question, unless they were totally shit-faced, of course. A quote that I missed, caught by another user: "You don't have access to use the phone. You know because of Ava, and because of Ava and you being sort of an unknown." Ooh. When asking about his earliest memory, Caleb states he remembers the colour blue and a female voice who he thinks was his mother. I believe that voice was Ava, due to the interactions around that time. When given the choice to draw anything she pleased, she drew the tank of greenery in the back of her room. The light at the top was blue, and Caleb seemed uncomfortable and a bit confused when he saw the picture.
This sounds like a rabbit
it.
hole, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is.
But that's the thing. I think that's what makes a film like this good. Is that if you come out of it going, well, that was the story, and you enjoy that, that's great. But if you come out of it and you've still got more questions,
yeah,
that's how I like leaving films.
Here we go. The visuals of Caleb's blood seems fairly unrealistic, but they do a good job of replicating human blood during Nathan's death scene. See, that's the thing. His blood does run out of him in a really weird way.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but then I was sort of like, oh yeah, but he's bleeding, so it's fine. But I think for me mostly the thing that would be most sad is that, like, there was a lot of blood and no one fixed him. But then he was just fine. Like, that's the thing that really weirds me out about it.
This is kind of like Blade Runner, isn't there? There's a big theory. There's a lot of theories about Deckard being a replicant in Blade Runner. Have you seen Blade Runner?
No, we've been through this. I haven't seen it.
Oh, is this one that you can't?
It might. It's like I keep falling asleep in.
Yeah. To be fair, I do the same thing.
It's like you and Taboo, man.
Do you know what? Someone at work, actually, we had a new lad started at work, and we were talking about TV shows and stuff the other day, and he mentioned Taboo, and I actually thought, do you know what? I should give that another chance. So I think me and Lisa are going away this weekend, so I might just try and get through all of it.
Ooh, where are you going?
Cornwall. We're having a long weekend away from all the wedding bullshit.
Oh, that's good. I was planning to do that, but then in this random weekend in September, but you guys really planned your wedding around me trying to have a break.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, this film is fucking great. This is one of my favourite films. I really, really like it. And I actually think about it a lot. Having only seen it now twice, but previously having only seen it once, I really do think about this a lot, this film. Not quite as much as The Prestige, but...
Well, that's nice for you.
Yeah, so I'm glad you like this one. I thought you'd like it. When I picked it, I was like, yeah, this would be one of his favourites, I think.
Oh yeah, like one of the main characters is one in Harry Potter
and
is a
Wars.
Programmer
And is ginger.
And he was in About Time. So really,
I need to watch About Time, but I don't know if I ever would be able to.
You won't.
Nah. It's like I know that because I know a little bit about what it's about, I know it's going to really make me cry. So I need to be properly prepared for it.
Or you need to feel like you've been too happy for too long.
Do you know what I need? Something to bring me back down to earth.
Do you know what I need? Just a cry.
Yeah, so cool. Our next co-directors. This is a good one, actually. I really like this film. Lady Bird by Greta Gerwig. Came out a couple of years ago. But I've got a feeling it was only released last year over here. But it is very, very, very good.
Oh, interesting. And that'll be the first episode after you've gotten divorced.
Hooray! Wait, what? I think that's... Sorry, just doing a bit of admin while I'm here.
Yeah, and the next co-pilots is going to be Cuckoo and Siblings, because love me some BBC TV shows.
I do like Greg Davies. I really do.
He is only in one of them though.
Which is a shame, but never mind. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I think you're a robot.
It would explain a lot.
It would explain your lack of feelings, but then again, so would the psychopathy.
I don't understand the question.